Hello everyone, good afternoon. I hope everybody is in the pink of health and happiness. I welcome back to another lecture of Avanti Fellows. Today's topic is Animal Kingdom. Yes, shall we start the class? I warmly welcome you all to my class today. Yes. So in today's class we are going to learn about some of the important topics that is in the animal kingdom we are going to learn. We are not going to learn fully some of the important things which are very much important and which have come in the PYQs. I am going to tell you. Okay, please note it down. You open your NCERT textbook in front of you and just note it down. Okay, we are going in a sequence, so you can note it down. So first thing we are going to learn here is points to be remembered about non-chordates. Okay. Oh, this is okay for non-chordates. First thing about it is digestive system. If we see from the Porifera, Coelenterata, Ctenophora, Platyhelminths, Aschelminths, Annelida, if we go on in the sequence, the first digestive system completed, we can find that in Aschelminths. Okay, this is very important. This come as a PYQ. And first circulatory system, complete circulatory system starting, we can see first time in the annelids. Okay, we can see closed circulatory, closed type of circulatory system in annelids, and when it goes to arthropods, we can see open type. Anyway, whether it is closed or open, we can see the circulatory system being present, and we can first see in annelid. And about the respiratory system, first seen in the arthropod, we can see gills, book lungs, and trachea, tracheal respiration we can see in the arthropods. First we can see in the arthropods, and first we can see the sexes separate. Okay, till there we can see the hermaphrodites. When we see the sexes separate, first will be Aschelminths. If we see the Aschelminths, the male and the female are separate. First we can see in the Aschelminths, and next after Aschelminths annelids we can see both, that is in Nereis different, that is dioecious. Nereis is dioecious and earthworm is monoecious. Both types, both in the same as well as different we can see in the annelids. Please remember all those things. This is one of the important these are one of the important points. Okay, these are important points, important, very very important. Next we are going to the some of other important points. If you can remember this table, I make sure I give you 100% guarantee that much of the many of the PYQs can be solved by you. That is coming to the digestion. We are only dealing about non-chordates at first. Okay, this is whatever I am telling you, it is only for the non-chordates. Understanding? Am I audible, visible? Just quick confirmation. Yes, thank you Anvita. Yes, so now coming to the digestive system. Digestive system, there are two types. One is intracellular, another one is extracellular. Intracellular digestion means they don't have any particular digestive tract. Okay, inside the cell, like amoeba, how amoeba is doing endocytosis kind of. So with the help of vacuoles inside the cell, the vacuoles present, for example, food vacuoles present, that is intracellular. They take up directly into the cell, the food will be taken directly into the cell and will be digested in the cells. Okay, in the cells, that we call it as intracellular. And only one of the phylum which does in the whole Animalia, that is Porifera. Porifera does the intracellular. Okay, only one does this, that is thus becomes very important. Now coming to the both intracellular as well as extracellular. Okay, they can do, I mean both they can do, intracellular also they can do, extracellular also they can do. That is Coelenterata, Ctenophora and Platyhelminths. Till here, till Platyhelminths we can see incomplete digestive system. Incomplete digestive system. What is incomplete digestive system? For example, like in many other higher organisms, what happens? There will be two pores. Okay, if this is the alimentary canal, this is the opening, we call it as mouth, and the digestion takes place in the alimentary canal, and the food will be going out from the another pore. So there is two pores, like for entering of the food one pore is there, for the food to go out, the food excretory system, excretory materials to go out, there is another pore. This we call it as complete. This is complete. Okay, there is two pores. But what about incomplete? Which means they have a body sac like this. The same pore, the food is coming out, coming in from the same pore, and digestion is happening and it is going out to the same pore. This is called incomplete digestion. Okay, till platyhelminths, porifera also incomplete, coelenterata also incomplete, ctenophora is also incomplete, platyhelminths also incomplete digestion takes place till platyhelminths. After platyhelminths, that is from aschelminths, we can see the complete digestive system. Okay, I mean complete digestive system in a sense they have two pores, one is for entering of the food, another one is exit of the excretory materials. And we can see both intracellular and extracellular, both types we can see in CCP, that is coelenterata, ctenophora and platyhelminths continuously, from porifera, next coelenterata, ctenophora, platyhelminths still, and extracellular in a sense they have a alimentary canal. Okay, the food is not entering in, the digestion is not taking place inside the cell, but they have a particular system for it, that is digestive system, can be seen from the rest all in a sense, from aschelminths to the higher organism we can see the extracellular type of digestion. This will become very important because you don't have to learn this. If you understand this much, you don't have to learn for each and every category. You can just remember intracellular, porifera, both intracellular, extracellular, next three, that is coelenterata, ctenophora and platyhelminths, and extracellular from the aschelminths, rest all. So agar next time, if I am teaching you echinodermata, then do we have to go through this digestion wala point? No, we know it is extracellular. Understood? Yes. And now coming to the fertilization. External fertilization takes place in coelenterata, ctenophora, hemichordata and echinodermata. You can remember it as CCHE. CCHE. Why E at the last I have written? Because you can take this E as external. CCHE, that is coelenterata, ctenophora, hemichordata and echinodermata, they have external type of fertilization. Both internal and external is annelids and mollusk, both. You can see BAM. Both internal and external, which is having annelids and mollusk. Okay, both internal and as well as external. Rest all will be having internal fertilization. Internal fertilization, this again I am telling you, this we are learning for non-chordates, not for chordates, because when we come to frog we can see that the frog, anyway the amphibians having external fertilization. Okay, that is why I am telling you only for the non-chordates we are learning at first, others will be having internal. Now coming to the development, both direct and indirect type of development. What is direct type? Direct type in a sense, example, if particular thing is there coming directly, I mean they do not have any other stages to it, larval stage or cocoon stage or anything other stage. For example, if I take the example of moth or butterfly, is the butterfly giving rise to the butterfly itself? When the egg it hatches, right? From the egg the larva comes out first, from larva the cocoon, from cocoon it is the butterfly, and butterfly from the butterfly egg. So there is a metamorphosis which is taking place. There is a larval stage in between. For example, in the same that any other, if I say the arthropods, any other thing, what is the example? If I can give the cockroach has nymphal stage, not larval stage, but they have nymphal stage. So it is not a direct development, we can call it as indirect development. The young ones, the immediate young ones cannot be resembling the parent one. Only adults, the young ones will not be resembling the parent, that what we call it as, we call it as indirect. What is direct? How we are. Okay, in humans, the babies comes out of the womb, right? They resemble the adult one in structure, same haath hai, pair hai, face, everything. So that is called direct. So that development में both direct and indirect in non-chordates we can see A, remember it as A3, all A's which are coming in the non-chordates, that is annelids, orthopods and aschelmans. They have both direct and indirect types, which means some of the members of the annelids, orthopods and aschelmans will be undergoing direct development and some will be undergoing indirect development, and rest all are having indirect development, may it be porifera, may it be coelenterata, may it be platyhelminths, may it be next mollusk, echinodermata, everything will be undergoing indirect, which means they have the larval stage. Understood? So this is about the development. Next, about the habitat. This is one of the very important, exclusively marine. In the starting of the all phylum, you can see that there are you can see these are marine as well as freshwater, only marine. Such habitat will be mentioned in the starting of the phylum when we are reading this phylum. For example, porifera, if we are reading, they are marine as well as freshwater, it is mentioned. Some are mentioned exclusively marine or all marine. What are those phylums? That is, Ctenophora is exclusively marine. Only Ctenophora members can be only found in salt water, that is marine. Echinodermata, starfish, all those things only found in marine. And hemichordates only found in marine. When it comes to chordates, I will tell you, this one, tunicates, urochordates, that is tunicates are exclusively marine, and cephalochordates are exclusively marine. When it comes to this thing, chordata, I will tell you that when we are now discussing about non-chordates, so we will stop it here. That is, Ctenophora, Echinodermata and hemichordata are exclusively marine, and repeatedly they have asked question from these. Okay, in true or false statement based question mein repeatedly they have asked. Just remember CEH, Ctenophora, Echinodermata and hemichordata are exclusively marine. Understood? Any doubts till now? If you have understood, just give thumbs up, because these two slides which I explained are completely based on the PYQs. If anyway, I will be sharing the this thing. Yes, Anvita.
Ma'am, what is exclusive and inclusive in biology?
What? I couldn't hear you. The voice was not.
What is exclusive and inclusive mean in biology? Like it has given that exclusively marine.
Exclusively, which means they are exclusively, in a sense, they are not at all will be surviving in the fresh water. There will be no fresh water for them. They will be only found in, only वाला word है ना, वो exclusively है. For example, in news channels and all, you might have seen, right, like Republic TV, exclusively on Republic TV, or exclusively on ANI, exclusively on CCB, like that they will be showing, right, a watermark, which means only we are showing, nobody else is showing, kind of thing. Only वाला thing आता है ना, that is exclusively. Understood? इंक्लूसिव यानी जो भी सारे जो भी होते हैं वो इंक्लूड करते हैं, तो इंक्लूसिव जो वी आर इंक्लूडिंग एवरीथिंग, दैट इज इंक्लूसिव. एक्सक्लूसिव इन अ सेंस ओनली दिस marine, if they are only marine, that is exclusively marine. Understood? Shall we move on? This two, okay, after I send you the PPT, go through the first and second slide and make a note of it. Notes बना दो. समझ आ रहा है ना बच्चों? क्योंकि ये बहुत ही important है. You don't have to go through, I mean remember for each and everything, for each and every phylum में ये exclusive marine है या नहीं है, ये सब याद करने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. If you go through the first two slide में, everything will be sorted and solve करने में बहुत आसानी होता है. So when we are going for questions. Okay, shall we go on to the next slide? We are going one by one from the phylum, which I'll be only explaining you what is important. Okay, we're not going to deep into it as it's a crash course. I'll be explaining to you what is important, and that will be enough. Okay, so now coming to the phylum Porifera. Porifera mein na, one of the important thing I'll tell you, that is canal system. Okay, canal system जो है ना, it is very very important. पॉरीफेरा में कैनाल सिस्टम है, एकिनोडर्मेटा में वैस्कुलर सिस्टम है. ये दो चीज़ में कंफ्यूज नहीं होना है बच्चों, मैं बता रही हूँ. पॉरीफेरा में कैनाल सिस्टम है, कैनाल सिस्टम, वाटर कैनाल सिस्टम. ओके, इन एकिनोडर्मेटा, व्हेन आई विल बी टीचिंग एकिनोडर्मेटा, देयर इज वैस्कुलर सिस्टम. ओके, वैस्कुलर सिस्टम इन एकिनो. वैस्कुलर सिस्टम फूड को लाने में और एक्सक्रीटरी वेस्ट को निकालने में these two system helps. Okay, especially when we are telling about the canal system में क्या होता है? See, so this is a porifera, a sponge. Okay, a center cavity, the big cavity here. Okay, this is called osculum. Oscula or osculum. Okay, all these छोटे pores जो हैं, that is ostia. Okay, and जो बड़ा सा ये कैविटी दिख रहा है ना अंदर, this seal is called spongocoel. क्या होता है? From here, from everywhere, from here, the water will enter. इस water को जब enter करता है ना, इसको canal system बोलते हैं. When water enter, it takes food. Okay, it brings food for the sponges. जब food bring होता है, there will be this black color thing you can see. This is called coinocyte. A coinocyte, these are the cells, and these sites will be having flagella. Okay, flagella here, flagella to capture the food. जो water के साथ साथ food अंदर आता है ostia और osculum के अंदर, और that food जो भी अंदर आता है उसको capture करने के लिए there are flagella in the coinocyte layer, and this is a type of digestion they will be having, intracellular. That's what I said. This capture and it will give to the cells. That cells will be taking up the food and it will be digesting the food. And यहाँ mesenchyme cells, so these are the multipotent cells. Multipotent cells in a sense, they will be having, if for example any injury happens to this particular porifera, this mesenchyme cells, they can proliferate themselves, and they can make a particular what have the injury हो गया ना, उसको repair करने में mesenchyme cells will help them. Okay, so this is important things in the porifera. Now that same thing I have written, coinocytes or as well, otherwise they are called as collar cells. ये भी important है, collar cells. They have flagella. It will be lining in the spongocoel. Okay, another one important thing is skeleton. The skeletal system they have, right? They have spicules or spongin fibers. This gives the rigidity to that particular sponge. Okay, spongin fibers and spicules. Reproduction, they are hermaphrodite, which means they are bisexual, and asexual reproduction also takes place by fragmentation. इसमें asexual reproduction takes place by fragmentation. Fertilization is internal with indirect development, which we have already studied. That's why I am not going deep into it. And example, you need to remember the example, that is cycon, and spongilla, that is freshwater sponge, and euspongia. Euspongia, bath sponge, if you see in the supermarket and all, there will be sponge. Have you seen SpongeBob SquarePants? That is there was a animated this thing, cartoon. In that, SpongeBob was a sponge. Bath sponge है ना वो, that is a bath sponge, same. Okay, this one, euspongia is a bath sponge. Just remember this, important. Okay, shall we move on to next phylum? Phylum Coelenterata. Coelenterata में थोड़े बहुत important points है. That is, they have nidoblast or nidocyst. Okay, ये nidoblast और nidocyst क्या होता है ना? ये टेंटेकल्स है ना, ये टेंटेकल्स, दीज आर द टेंटेकल्स, they will be having the nematocyst. Okay, these are stinging in a sense. ये अगर टेंटेकल है सो यहाँ नीडोसिस्ट और नीडोब्लास्ट होते हैं फॉर प्रेडेशन एज वेल एज प्रेडेटर से बचने के लिए. ओके, प्रेडेटर से बचने के लिए और फॉर देयर ओन प्रेडेशन वो यहाँ दिस वन नेमेटोसिस्ट और नीडोब्लास्ट होते हैं. सो इट विल बी लाइक ऑलवेज मूविंग, ऐसे मूव करते रहते हैं. That's why these are called coelenterata or nidaria. Okay, now they have the body cavity called hypostome. Here this is the body cavity, and it will be opening. This opening है ना, ये mouth और anus, this is called hypostome. ये mouth opening को hypostome बोलते हैं. This is called hypostome. And another one thing, they have calcium carbonate skeleton. Calcium carbonate skeleton. If you see corals are the ornaments in the jewelry. The corals, you wear them, right? That corals belong to this particular phylum, and that corals have the calcium carbonate skeleton. ये important बनता है. And basic body forms होते हैं. This one is polyp and this is medusa. हमेशा दे विल बी चेंजिंग सेक्शुअली एंड एसेक्शुअली, ये फॉर्म्स चेंज होते हैं. इवन फॉर दिस वन, दिस पॉलिप्स एंड मेडुला, स्पेशली ओबेलिया क्या करता है, सेक्शुअल टू एसेक्शुअल फॉर्म्स चेंज करता रहता है. ये दिस फॉर्म है ना, ये मेडुसा फॉर्म इज लोकोमोटरी मतलब मोटाइल होता है. इट कैन मूव फ्रीली फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू अनदर. लेकिन ये फॉर्म दैट इज पॉलीफॉर्म विल बी बाइंड टू द सबस्ट्रेटम, एक ही जगह में बाइंड होता रहता है. ओबेलिया, इट कैन फॉर्म अ मेडुसा ऑल्सो, फ्रॉम मेडुसा इट कैन फॉर्म द पॉलिप ऑल्सो. कैसे करता है, फ्रॉम मेडुसा, अगर मेडुसा फॉर्म में है इट विल सेक्शुअली ट्रांसफॉर्म इनटू पॉलिप, एंड पॉलिप से एसेक्शुअली ट्रांसफॉर्म इनटू मेडुसा. ओके, याद कैसे रखना है, ये मेडुसा में एस है ना, सो वी कैन सी सेक्शुअली ट्रांसफॉर्म इनटू पॉलिप. पॉलिप में कोई एस भी नहीं है, ए भी नहीं है, इसीलिए बचा क्या है, एसेक्शुअली. सो पॉलिप विल बी एसेक्शुअली ट्रांसफॉर्म इनटू मेडुसा. समझ आ रहा है ना, ऐसे याद रखो, ठीक है. बिकॉज यहाँ मेडुसा में एस है, फ्रॉम मेडुसा इट विल बी सेक्शुअली ट्रांसफॉर्म इनटू पॉलिप. पॉलिप में कोई एस भी नहीं है, ए भी नहीं है, तो बचा क्या है, एसेक्शुअली. तो फ्रॉम पॉलिप इट विल बी एसेक्शुअली ट्रांसफॉर्म इनटू मेडुसा. ये वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट है. एंड एग्जाम्पल, इसका एग्जाम्पल बनता है ओबेलिया. इसको याद रखना, ओबेलिया को याद रखना, ठीक है. और इसमें और इम्पोर्टेंट होता है द एग्जाम्पल्स और उसका, आई विल टेल यू, 1 सेकेंड. ये सारे एग्जाम्पल. ओरेलिया मतलब जेलीफिश, यू नो राइट, द जेलीफिश विच स्टिंग्स, दैट इज जेलीफिश. ओरेलिया मतलब जेलीफिश. ओबेलिया इज सी फर, वो ट्रांसफॉर्म होता है ना, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बनता है, मैंने बोला था, दैट इज सी फर. एंड दिस वन फाइसालिया इज पोर्चुगीज मैन ऑफ वॉर. ये प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन PYQ बना है इसमें. ओके, फाइसालिया दैट इज पोर्चुगीज मैन ऑफ वॉर बोलते हैं. एडम्सिया इज सी एनिमोन, और पेन्नाटुला इज अ सी पेन. इसका भी प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन बना है. और जॉर्गोनिया इट इज़ अ सी फैन. सी फैन मतलब कैसे पता है, ये ऐसे होता है और ऐसे उसका फैन जैसा स्ट्रक्चर होता है, उसको सी फैन बोलते हैं. ऐसे वाला स्ट्रक्चर होता है उसका, गॉर्गोनिया का, दैट इज सी फैन. एंड मियांड्रीना ब्रेन कोरल मैंने बोला था ना, इट हैज़ द कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट स्केलेटन होता है, और इट इज़ यूज्ड इन ऑर्नामेंट्स. ये ज्वेलरी इसमें पहनते हैं, वो कोरल होता है. दैट कोरल बिलोंग टू दिस फाइलम Coelenterata. Understood? And these examples are very very important, especially Physalia, Portuguese man of war, और Pennatula. Pennatula पेन ही है, सी पेन. इसमें भी पेन है, इसमें भी पेन है. connection lost. Why? It's okay. Is it audible, visible, children? A quick confirmation. We lost the internet between. Yes. So we'll resume. So this is about the coelenterata. Okay, shall we move on to the next slide? Here it is Ctenophora, phylum Ctenophora. One of the important thing is this comb rows. This is also called walnut or comb jellies, and these are exclusively marine, which I have already told you. And the one of the important thing is comb rows, like 8 rows of comb होते हैं इधर, and these helps in locomotion. This helps in locomotion. This is one of the very important point in this. And one of the special property they show is bioluminescence. This is the important property, special property, that is they emit light. This is called bioluminescence. Okay, and examples we can see. Example here is pleurobrachia and ctenoplana. Ctenoplana ctenophora resemble करता है, और pleurobrachia ये previous year question में आ चुका है, तो याद रखना पड़ता है. Understood? So this is about the coelenterata. Important thing is comb rows. Comb rows helps in locomotion. Another one important thing is bioluminescence, and exclusively marine they are. And another one important thing is they only do sexual reproduction. बाकी सारे sexual, asexual, fragmentation ये सब कर रहे थे ना, लेकिन ये इतना lower primitive organism होने के बावजूद भी it only reproduce through sexually. Only sexual reproduction takes place here, which becomes only sexual, yes, only sexual, which becomes the very important point to remember in ctenophora. Now coming to platyhelminths. Platyhelminths माने flatworms होते हैं, and these also doesn't have a true digestive system. And one of the important thing here is the flame cells. Yes, excretory cells होते हैं ना, इसमें flame cells होते हैं, and they also help in osmoregulation. Okay, these have the suckers. Okay, so, because as they are the parasites, they should have suckers for for draining the nutrition from the host organism. Okay, so these have hookers and suckers here. That becomes one of the very important point. That is, one is flame cell for excretion, and hooks and suckers for draining the nutrition from the host organism. Example, Taenia, that is tapeworm, and Fasciola, that is liver fluke and planaria. One of the important thing again here becomes is they have this regeneration property. Regeneration. They have regeneration. अगर इस प्लानेरिया को हजारों टुकड़े में भी काटो ना, they become 1000 new planarias. That's what we call it as regeneration property. That is what we call it as regeneration property. इसमें याद रखने के लिए hooks and suckers, flame cells for osmoregulation, and Taenia, Fasciola and planaria as example, and regeneration property show करते हैं ये. This is a important thing in this particular phylum. Now coming to aschelminths, important thing क्या है पता, इसमें इससे start होते, till here all were acoelomates. Till platyhelminths everybody was, all the members were, phylums were acoelomates. यहाँ aschelminths आता है pseudocoelomate. सूडोसीलोम यहाँ प्रेजेंट होता है, समझ आ रहा है ना, फ्रॉम हियर इट इज सूडोसीलोमिड्स. एंड वन ऑफ द इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग हियर इज इनकी डेवलप्ड मस्कुलर फैरिंक्स होता है. ऐसे ना फ्रॉम हियर द डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम, प्रॉपर डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम हमें दिखाई देता है. प्रॉपर डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम में दिस बिकम्स द वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट, दैट इज मस्कुलर फैरिंक्स. ओके, एंड एक्सक्रीशन होता है रेनेट सेल से, दिस बिकम्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड यहाँ डाइमॉर्फिज्म, दैट इज मेल और फीमेल अलग अलग दिखते हैं. टिल नाउ मेल एंड फीमेल एक ही ऑर्गेनिज्म में दिखता था, अभी मेल एंड फीमेल डिफरेंट ऑर्गेनिज्म में दिखता है. दैट बिकम्स इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. एंड एग्जाम्पल याद रखना है, दैट इज एस्कैरिस, राउंड वर्म, वाउचेरिया, दैट इज फिलेरियल वर्म. This ascaris and this one voucheria, that one we even learn in that human health and disease वाला chapter में भी ये same हम will be reading. So this becomes muscular pharynx और Rennet cells, ये दोनों important होते हैं इसमें. Now coming to phylum Annelid. Annelid में one of the important thing is it shows metamers, that is segmented body show करता है. Another one important thing I need to tell you that is segmented body segments कहाँ कहाँ दिखता है. Annelids में दिखता है, body segments Annelids में दिखता है, orthopods में दिखता है and chordates में दिखता है. Chordates we are also segmented. Annelids are segmented, arthropods are segmented and chordates are segmented. It's been the previous question, just note कर दो. Segmented body किस किस phylum में दिखता है? Annelids, arthropods and chordates. Okay, उस segments को ना, ये छोटे छोटे segments में दिख रहा है ना, छोटे छोटे segments, एक एक segment, उस segment को हम metamers बोलते हैं, metamers. Okay, and another one important thing here becomes is one is nereis. Nereis show dimorphism, that is male and female sex अलग अलग organism में दिखता है in nereis. All others example here earthworm and leech, you can see they show bisexual. Earthworm and leech are bisexual and nereis is unisexual, that is this one is dioecious body and they show monoecious. Both the sex in the same body. Nereis is exceptional, that is it shows two different sexes in two different body. Example is nereis. Pharentima, that is earthworm, इसका previous year question बना है. Hirudinaria, that is the leech, this का भी previous year question बना है. This is important in this one. Another one important thing is parapodia. These are the structures which help in swimming. Swim करने में parapodia helps, and this parapodia we can कहाँ देखने को मिलता है? In annelids में parapodia देखने को मिलता है. So these were some of the important points. Now coming to arthropods. Arthropod is very 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 much important. इसमें जो सारा मैंने नोट डाउन किया है ना पॉइंट्स, वो सारे important है. Okay, this is one of the largest phylum. Largest phylum क्यों होता है पता? Because they have exoskeleton. Exoskeleton is made up of chitin. वो chitin का exoskeleton है ना very very hard. Okay, बहुत hard होता है chitin का exoskeleton. जब chitin का exoskeleton very hard होता है तो it gives protection to that insect. जब protection मिलता है from desiccation, from environment ये वो, so उनका diversity बढ़ता है. Because of the exoskeleton, diversity maximum होता है. ज़्यादा biodiversity में you can see phylum Arthropoda has the maximum numbers. Okay, largest phylum होता है. How it became the largest scale? So one of the important aspect of it is it presence of exoskeleton. Okay, इसका PYQ बना है. Okay, when we are dealing about the PYQ, उस time आपको पता चलेगा because इसका PYQ बना है. And segmentation here also it is head, thorax and abdomen. Segmented body यहाँ भी दिखता है हमें. And body division into head, thorax and abdomen. Locomotion by jointed appendages जॉइंटेड अपेंडेजेस, इसीलिए तो उनको आर्थ्रोपोड बोलते हैं. आर्थ्रो मीन्स जॉइंटेड अपेंडेजेस. एंड रेस्पिरेशन बाय गिल्स, बुक लंग्स, बुक गिल्स, ट्रकियल सिस्टम एंड सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम यहाँ ओपन होता है. एनालिट्स में क्लोज हुआ था, इस यहाँ ओपन सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम होता है. ओपन सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम मतलब ऑल द ऑर्गन्स इन द बॉडी आर बेस्ड इन द हीमोसील. Excretion is through malphizian tubules. Annelids में it is nephridia. Here it is in arthropod it is malphizian tubules. Reproduction is dioecious. Fertilization usually internal, that is oviparous होता है. And direct as well as indirect development यहाँ मिलता है देखने को. As well as economically useful some of the insects are there. Example honeybees and silkworm and lac insects. You can see the vectors also, that is mosquitoes also comes in the arthropod, Anopheles, Culex and Aedes mosquito, and gregarious pest, that is locust. Locust has been the previous year question. Okay, this previous question bana. And living fossil, this is one of the very important living fossil. इसका question बहुत बार बना है. Many a times they have asked question. Living fossil is Limulus, that is king crab. Okay, इसका note down करो. This will become very important. Now phylum mollusk. Phylum mollusk, here I will tell you what it means. The body division is covered by the calcareous shell. Okay, calcareous shell. Here if you see, this is the calcareous shell, which means calcium carbonate का बना है ये shell. Okay, this is unsegmented. Even though we call it as this is head, muscular foot and this one as a visceral mass, हम divide that is only for the convenient of studying, but it is a unsegmented body. Please note down, it is not segmented. Even though we are making as head, muscular foot and visceral hump, still it is unsegmented. It is for our own understanding or easy तरीके से पढ़ने के लिए we have divided into that. Okay, the visceral mass means inside this one, this is called visceral mass. Okay, the outermost structure here you can see it as this one as a shell, and there is a special mass here present. There is a special mass here present, that is called mantle. ये soft और spongy होता है, this is called mantle, or this is mantle, this is shell, and inside this is called visceral mass. In between this mantle and visceral mass, यहाँ you can see the feather like, see this feather like. I'll just change the color of the pen. Okay, so that is called here feather like gills which perform respiration. here एक feather like gills होते हैं इधर, this perform respiration as well as excretion. It will be present between the mantle cavity here. Okay, this will be present here. This helps in respiration as well as excretion. Here they have antenna for sensory in the head region, as well as it has a muscular foot for locomotion, muscular foot for the locomotion. This becomes the very important thing. And if you see here, this is called radula. In the mouth region में radula for scraping out the food. Food को ऐसे scrape करके खाने के लिए the radula will be present in the mouth region. So this will also become one of the important point. Here this has become, this being the previous year question, that is examples. Pilla is called apple snail, Pictida Pictada is a pearl oyster, PYQ. Sepia is a cuttlefish. यहाँ fish नाम है, that doesn't mean it becomes it is a fish, it's a mollusk. Okay, cuttlefish is a mollusk. Please remember this, okay, because silverfish comes. Silverfish is a arthropod, cuttlefish is a mollusk. Fish doesn't means it is in the Pisces class. Okay, Loligo means squid, octopus, then Apelsia, then Dentalium is a tusk shell, and chiton. So these all becomes very much important as a examples, and all ये examples में for match the following previous year question में आ चुका है ये already. Now going to we are going to echinodermates. Echinodermates में one of the important thing I will tell you, the adult stage have radial symmetry. Radial symmetry. If you see, you can, as example, that is starfish. If you see the starfish, you can divide it into many planes, right? You can break that into many planes. So adult have radial symmetry, and the larval stage have bilateral symmetry. This is very much important, previous year question, and it can also, they can also ask in this particular year as well. This will become very important, that is echinodermate mein adult stage has radial symmetry and larval stage have bilateral symmetry. Okay, and another one is all are marine, exclusively marine. Ctenophora, hemichordates and echinodermates exclusively marine. They have calcareous ossicles. This outer shell है ना, that is calcium carbonate का calcareous, and they have ossicles here. And when I was teaching you the porifera, I told you about the vascular system. There I told you about, in porifera it is canal system, water canal system. In echinodermates it is vascular system, water vascular system, because this particular echinoderms lack excretory system. They don't have excretory system, they lack excretory system. Excretory system is absent. You can see, if excretory system is absent, you can tell, I mean, you can ask me like, how are they going to excrete their waste? See, as I told you, the vascular system, water vascular system is present. Water vascular system ke, with the help of water vascular system, they can excrete the nitrogenous waste from their body to the environment, that is water. With the help of water vascular system, the excretion takes place. They don't have any particular excretory system as such present in them. This has become important. And Asterias is a starfish, and Echinus is a sea urchin. These two examples are very, very important. And Cucumaria is sea cucumber, and Ophiuria is brittle star. This one, Ophiura is a brittle star. This is this one. This is starfish and this is brittle star. This becomes important. Now coming to hemichordata. Previously hemichordatas were wrongly placed in chordates. Then they got to know that they are not particularly or entirely chordates. Then they had to shift the hemichordates from chordatas to make it as a different phylum, that is hemichordates. Why? Because they had something called stoma cord. Okay. So because of that, they thought that stoma was the notochord. Later they got to know that it's not particularly as such as a notochord, so they have to pick the hemichordates from the chordatas phylum and put it into a different phylum. And this is their body, and as you can see, this is head, collar and trunk, but it is not segmented. Okay, this is not segmented. Only because our understanding and easy way of learning, we have done the segmentation, but as such there is no segmentation. This mouth part, this is called proboscis, and this one is called collar, and this is called trunk. But here you can see gills. Gills are present. Okay, this respiration is taking place by the gills. this becomes important because the gills are present here, and any other thing, that is stomachoid becomes important thing here. Proboscis gland is present, as we have already said. Yeah, these things become very important in hemichordates, nothing else. And examples: balanoglossus and saccoglossus are two examples. This glossus comes, which means hemichordates. Not much to remember in this. Now, one of the important phylum we have already come, that is chordata. Chordata's features: notochord. See, till now in non-chordates, this one notochord was absent, that's why they were non-chordates. In chordates, notochord is present, and their neural system in anything, if till in the non-chordates, if you take, the neural system is ventral, solid and double, but in the chordatas it is dorsal, backside dorsal, hollow and single. Dorsal, hollow and single in non-chordates, and double, ventral and solid in non-chordates. Understood? And paired pharyngeal gill slits are present in chordates. Post-anal tail we can see, closed circulatory system we can see, but urochordates, tunicates are having open circulatory system. One of the this one exception. Urochordates have open type of circulatory system, all others have closed type, and it is divided into subphyla, that is urochordates or tunicates, cephalochordates and vertebrates. We are going to learn in detail one by one. This is a difference what I was telling before. In chordates, notochord is present, non-chordates, notochord is absent. In chordates, central nervous system is dorsal, we have dorsal, behind dorsal, hollow, our vertebral column is hollow because spinal cord goes through it, hollow, and it is single, only one row. But in the non-chordates, central nervous system is ventral, that is ventral, this side ventral, it is solid and double. If you see example cockroach, if you see we can see that entirely ventral, solid and double. This one pharynx perforated by gill slits. You can ask like, do we have the gill slits? Yes, we did had the gill slits in the embryonical stage. Baad mein gill slit it is not there, it got perished. Gill slits are absent in non-chordates. Heart is ventral this side, heart is ventral for us, and for non-chordates the heart is dorsal, behind it is present for non-chordates. Post-anal part tail is present in chordates and post-anal tail is absent in non-chordates. Okay, for in humans it has become the vestigial organ. Urochordates, this is a urochordate, okay, ascida. One of the important thing is exclusively marine. Till non-chordates I said ctenophora, echinodermata and hemichordata are exclusively marine. When it comes to chordates, urochordates and cephalochordates becomes exclusively marine. Notochord is present only in the larval tail. In the urochordates, there is an indirect development, that is larval stage is present. Okay. If you see, this is the adult form of the urochordate, that is tunicate, this is tunicate. If you see, where is the notochord? Notochord is absent in adult. Adult stage mein notochord is absent. Okay, adult notochord is absent in adult, but in the larva only in tail notochord is present in urochordates, only in tail the notochord is present in urochordates. This is important. Other than that, coming to cephalochordates, cephalochordates have notochord extended from head to tail. Unlike urochordates, urochords only have the notochords in the tail region, that too only in larval stage. Adult stage means notochord is absent in them. And cephalochordates, notochord extend from head to tail, सारे इसमें notochord present है and it will be persistent throughout their life. Larval stage हो या adult stage हो, सारे इसमें it is persistent throughout their life. Cephalochordates. Example, branchiostoma, amphioxus, this one, this is branchiostoma, you can see this, and notochord, यहाँ notochord present होता है ऐसे, ventral, notochord present throughout their life. Now coming to the vertebrata, here one important thing you need to understand, previous question में क्या पूछते हैं, all chordates are vertebrates, all vertebrates are chordates, just tell me. Vertebrata is a subphylum in chordata, which means all vertebrates are chordates. Are all chordates vertebrates? Urochordate and cephalochordates vertebrates है क्या? नहीं ना. So all chordates are not vertebrates, but all vertebrates are chordates. This they have asked in 2 years, in previous year, 2 different years में question पूछा गया है. So it becomes very important. I'll repeat the statement. All vertebrates are chordates, but not all chordates are vertebrates. All vertebrates are chordates, but not all chordates are vertebrates. Coming to first one, in that even in the vertebrata it is divided into 2, jaw, the members which are having jaw and the members which are not having the jaw. This cyclostomata, they don't have jaw, otherwise they are called it as jawless. These are jawless. These are ectoparasites. Ectoparasites in a sense, if this is a fish in in the aquatic system, these things, these petromyzon and myxine, what they do, they will be actually attached to this fish. Okay, these are the parasites. Okay, these are the parasites actually, ectoparasites. Outside they will attach on the fish and it will suck the blood of the fish. जो भी हो यहाँ attach ऐसे होते हैं. They will be attaching and on the surface and it will be sucking the blood from the or all the nutrition from the fish. These are ectoparasites on the fishes. Okay, this becomes one of the important thing, that is 6 to 15 pair of gill slits are present, and its cranium and vertebral column are made up of cartilage. Okay, and they have circular mouth. Iska mouth na, if you see, they have the circular mouth. If I show in this way, the circular mouth will be like, and they don't have jaws, but they have appendages to actually suck it on, to hold on the host organism. ऐसे appendages होते हैं, circular. Okay, the mouth is circular. If you open it, the mouth will be like this, circular mouth. One of the important example, that is petromyzon. What this petromyzon do? इसका एक life cycle है, which is very important. This petromyzons actually they are marine. Okay, they are marine. Cyclostomats, most of them are marine. This petromyzon, when it has to spawn, in a sense, when it has to lay egg, it goes to fresh water, lays its egg, and it will come back. The eggs which hatch into larva will be there in the larval stage. They will be there in the fresh water. When they become adult, when the metamorphosis takes place and they become adult, they come back to the marine water, that is sea water. I'll repeat it once again. Petromyzon shows a different type of life cycle here, that is when they have to spawn or when they have to lay egg, they go to fresh water, they lay egg and come back adult. The eggs which are there, which hatches and becomes the larva, that will be present, the larval stage will be present in the fresh water. After they become adult, they come back to the marine, that is sea water or the salt water. in their adult stage. In the adult stage, they come back to marine water. In the larval stage, they will be in the fresh water. And in the adult stage only they become parasites here, ectoparasites. Any doubts? Understanding? Just give a thumbs up till here if you understood, because this becomes very much important here. This becomes very much important. Petromyzon, और इसका PYQ भी बना है, okay? And petromyzon, it is also called lamprey, and myxine, it is called hagfish. Myxine is hagfish, petromyzon is lamprey. Okay, petro, lamp, myxine, hagfish. Okay. Now coming to the Pisces. Okay, the Pisces is divided into two. One is bony fish, another one is the fish with a cartilage endoskeleton. Okay, the cartilage endoskeleton fish are called contractics and the bony fish are called osteichthyes. What is the difference between these two? Okay, just give I will give you two examples. The cartilage one will take shark as example, and the bony fish we take catla fish as a example. Okay, in these two, just see the difference. One thing is the body scales on the body. In the catla fish, which is in the fresh water, they will be having scales called as cycloid scales. Okay, the skin is covered with cycloid scales, and the skin of the marine, that is our great shark, is covered with placoid scales. One important distinguish between the osteichthyes and contractics. Contractics, it is placoid cells, and osteichthyes, it is cycloid scales. And the endoskeleton is of cartilage, and the endoskeleton of the bony fish, that is bone, that is osteichthyes is bony endoskeleton. If you see the mouth of the our great shark, it is present ventrally. If this is the shark mouth, it is present ventrally. This is the mouth of the shark, isn't it? If it is. If you see any fish, all mouth are here. Terminal mouth. This is terminal mouth. Okay, the bony fish has the mouth located terminally. The mouth of the shark or the cartilage fish, it will be ventrally, located ventrally or beneath. The gills are without operculum. This is the very important one. Operculum here is not present. Gills are covered with operculum. Just give me a second. Nothing. Yes. Here gills are without operculum, gills are covered in operculum, and here air bladder is absent here, which means they have to keep on floating. As the air bladder is absent, they have to keep on floating. Air bladder is present. While they are sleeping, they don't have to keep on floating or keep on swimming, as they have the buoyancy. Fertilization is internal here. Fertilization of the bony fish is external, and the skin is covered with placoid scales. Skin is covered with cycloid scales. Okay, so this is the difference between our bony fish as well as and the cartilage fish. And these are some of the examples. These examples are very much important, okay, because here the cartilaginous fish have certain things here, that is electric organ is present in torpedo. this has been the previous question. Electric organ is present in torpedo. Poison string, that is called stingray, it has a poison venom. And scoliodon is a dogfish, and pristis is a sawfish, which means its mouth is like a saw here, that is sawfish. And this one, carcandron is a great white shark, which example I gave you. From coming to the freshwater, that is Ostractis, Exocidus, that is called flying fish. Hippocampus is a seahorse. Freshwater, that is labio, that is rohu. Katla and clarius. Aquarium fish is a betta, that is called fighting fish. And Pterophyllum as an angel fish, they have asked as a PYQ. Okay, these are the example, and you need to remember the example. All examples are very much important. Coming to amphibia, these are cold blooded, and you know all these things. One of the important thing is they are three chambered heart. They have three chambered heart. Examples: Pufo, Rana, Hyla is a tree frog, and salamander. And this becomes important, that is Ichthyophis is a limbless amphibia. This is also been a PYQ, that is limbless this one Ichthyophis, that is limbless amphibia. That doesn't have limbs, and it will be in the water swimming. Coming to aves, this one, pneumatic bones. The bones will be hollow because they have to be lightweight, and it will be useful in flying. Pneumatic bones, the aves have pneumatic bones, and the oil gland is present in the base of the tail. If they have tail here, the base of the tail, they have a oil gland, and they have crop and gizzard, because as they swallow the food, they don't have teeth to chew it and swallow. As they directly swallow it, they have crop and gizzard in the stomach actually to digest this food, to grind this food what they have swallowed. They have crop and gizzard found. This becomes one of the important point for the aves, crop and gizzard. These are warm blooded as us, and example is corvus crow, okay, and columba, pigeon, pistacula, important, that is parrot, and shrutio, that is ostrich. Shrutio, ostrich, similar wording, so you can remember it. And pistacula, parrot, similar wordings, and corvus, crow, similar wordings, and also how we pronounce it. Pavo is a peacock, and aptenodytes is a penguin. Okay, aptenodite is a penguin. This also has been a previous year question. And this one, vulture, neophron is a vulture. This is also a previous year question. One of the example of class aves, this has also been a previous year question, that is neophron as a vulture. Now class reptilia, this is important, that is typhanum, tymphanum. Tymphanum in class reptilia is also present. Tymphanum is present in amphibia also, because they don't have any external ear pinna. They have a pore, that is called tymphanum, is present in reptilia. Tymphanum is present in amphibia also, and they have cornified epidermal scales present. This is a cornified epidermal scale. This is present, and their fertilization is internal and direct development. The examples becomes very much important here, as Shelon, that is turtle, Testuda, tortoise. Shelon, this is been the previous question, many a times they have asked. And Camelon, tree lizard, and Calot is a garden lizard. Crocodilus is a crocodile, same wordings, and alligator is alligator, same wordings. And this one, Hemidactylus is a walled lizard. This has been the previous year question. And some of the poisonous snakes, example, Naja is cobra, and Bangarus is a crate, and Vipera is a viper. All these are poisonous snakes. Venomous, all are venomous. And now one of the important thing about the mammals, that is the last topic, that is the examples. Those are the examples are important, otherwise you know much of the things. Here external ear or the external ear pinna is present, hair is present, external ear pinna is present, and we are warm blooded. This, remember this, why we are mammals? Because mammary gland is present. Mammary gland is present for nurturing the young ones, that is why mammals. All these examples are very much important, especially this one, that is platypus. That is ornithorhynchus is a platypus. This is egg laying mammal, is a oviparous, not viviparous, oviparous. Platypus is also oviparous, echidna is also, okay. Echidna is also, platypus and echidna are egg laying mammals. This too becomes very much important. And macropus is a kangaroo, pteropus is a flying fox, camelus camel, macaca monkey, ratus rat, canis dog, felis cat, elephas elephant, equus horse, delphinus is a dolphin, and this one Balantera is a blue whale. So these everything becomes is very much common in the spelling, right? So we can easily remember this. You don't have to remember much of it. Just once looking at it, you will remember, because this comes in match the following. Especially macropus has already come in the PYQ and pteropus has already come in the PYQ. Understood this much? So now we will be moving on to PYQs. Okay. Any doubts till now? Which of the following pairs? Everybody is ready for solving the PYQs, because wherever I said this has become the PYQs, you can see the PYQs here. So it will be really good to solve the PYQs when we know the concept already. Now base of classification, which of the following pairs is the incorrect match? Would you please tell me? Annelids and orthopods have bilateral symmetry. This is correct. Sponges are acoelomate. Correct. Coelentrates and ctenophores are radial symmetry. Correct. Platyhelminths are diploblastic. Is a platyhelminth diploblastic? What are platyhelminths? Platyhelminths are triploblastic. This becomes D as a right answer. Consider the following statements. Give answer. We need to find the correct statements. Annelids are true coelomates. Are the annelids true coelomates? Yes. Poriferans are pseudocoelomates. No, they are acoelomate. Aschelminths are acoelomate. No, they are pseudocoelomates. Platyhelminths are pseudocoelomates. No, they are acoelomates. So which means, which is the correct answer? Only A becomes the correct answer, that is D for Delhi. Bilateral symmetry and acoelomate animals are example of bilateral symmetry and acoelomate. They have bilateral symmetry and A coelomate, yes. No, no, no. This becomes platyhelminths as a answer. What happens, students? Are you understanding or not understanding? Why are you not giving answers? You unmute yourself and we'll try to solve together, okay? Solve the questions together. Alright? We'll try to solve the questions together. Consider the following features. Organ system level of organization. They have organ system level of organization, bilateral symmetry, true coelomates with segmented body. What is the answer to this? The segmentation of the body is only found in annelids, orthopods and coelomates. Sorry, chordates. So this becomes A as the answer. Now coming to Porifera, Coelenterata and Ctenophora, platyhelminths, ascahelminths based questions. Platyhelminths are triploblastic, pseudocoelomate and bilaterally symmetrical organism. Is it correct? They are triploblastic, they are not pseudocoelomates. Ctenophora reproduces only sexually, correct, and fertilization is external. Yes, correct. In tapeworm, the fertilization is internal, but sexes are not separate. Yes, correct. Ctenophores are exclusively marine, correct. Diploblastic, correct. Bioluminescent is correct. In sponges, fertilization is external, yes, and development is indirect. Sorry, direct, no, it is indirect. So we see B, C, D as answer. That becomes B for Bombay as a correct answer. In case of poriferans, the spongocoel is lined with flagellated cells called, the flagellated cells are called coinocytes. In which of the following endoparasites of humans does show viviparity? This is a factual question, that is option A as a right answer. Metagenesis referred to. Metagenesis are shown in Cnidaria, that from polyp to medusa, medusa to polyp, that we call it as metagenesis. Alteration of generation between asexual and sexual phases of the organism. Yes, this becomes the right answer. A is the right answer. Planaria possess high capacity of, planaria, as I already told you, it shows the regeneration capacity. It does not show bioluminescence, no metamorphosis and alteration of generation, no, it shows regeneration. Annelid, orthopod and mollusca and echinodermata question, under those topics we are solving the question, that is match the list 1 and 2. Taenia is a flatworm and the excretory cells are flame cells. Paramecium has the contractile vacuole. Periplaneta americana is a cockroach and it has uricose gland, and Ferentima is a earthworm, it has nephridia as a excretory cells. So it becomes A as 3, A as 3, that is D for Delhi. This also match the following. Contractile vacuole is present in amoeba. Water vascular system actually is present in echinodermata, that is B becomes A, 1, and canal system is present in sponges. Flame cells are present in platyhelminths. So A to B1. D for Delhi as a correct answer. Match the list. Metamerism. Metamerism is shown in annelids. So, this one. Canal system you can see in porifera, and comb plates you can see in comb plates you can see in ctenophora, canal system you can see in porifera, metamerism you can see in annelids, and nidoblast you can see in coelenterata. So, A3, B4, C2, B for Bombay as a correct answer. This also match the following. Physalia, that is a Portuguese man of war, as I told you, it is very important previous year question. Limulus is a living fossil, that is called king crab, and Ancylostoma is a hookworm, this is a aschelminth, and Pictida is a pearl oyster. So, A2, B3, C4. B for Bombay as a right answer. Read the following question. Metagenesis observed in helminths. Metagenesis is observed in coelenterata. Echinoderms are triploblastic and coelomate. Echinoderms are triploblastic and coelomate is correct. Roundworms have organ system level of organization. This is also correct. Comb plates present in ctenophores and helps in digestion. No, it does not help in digestion, it helps in locomotion. So, this is wrong. Water vascular system is a characteristics of echinoderms. This is right. So, B, C, E is right. That becomes C as a right answer. Match the following. Gregarious pest is a locust. Adult with radial symmetry and larva with a bilateral symmetry is starfish. Bookworms is present in arthropods, that is scorpion. Bioluminescence, it is present in ctenophora, that is ctenoplana. A4, B1, A4, B, yes, A as a right answer. Which of the following option does correctly represent the characteristic feature of phylum Annelida? Annelida are triploblast, segmented and bilateral symmetry. Yes, this is correct. Triploblast, flattened body, annelids are not, and acoelomate, no. Diploblast, no. Triploblast unsegmented, no. Annelids are segmented ones. So, which becomes A as a right answer. Match the following organism with respective characteristics. Pilla. Pilla is a mollusk. It has radula. Bombyx is a silkworm. It's an arthropod which has Malpighian tubules. Pleurobrachia is a ctenophora which have comb plates, and Taenia, that is a platyhelminth which has flame cells. So, A3, B4, C2, D1, B for Bombay as a correct answer. Eating, which of the following animals does not undergo metamorphosis? Metamorphosis is a indirect development. What is metamorphosis? It is indirect development. Indirect development. Tunicata, as I said, urochordates, they have indirect development. Yes, it has indirect development. Moth is indirect development. Starfish, it also has indirect development. Only annelids have both indirect and indirect. So, it becomes A as a correct answer. Which of the following feature is not present in phylum Arthropoda? Chitinous exoskeleton it is present in it is present, it is present, metameric segmentation present, parapodia is not present. So, it is present in annelids. This is present in annelids, jointed appendage is present. So, which becomes C as a correct answer. Which of the following characteristics is mainly responsible for diversification of insects on land? This, as I have already told you while I was explaining, because of the exoskeleton, insects are so much diversified because of the exoskeleton. Body having the meshwork of the cell internal cavities lined with food filtering flagellated cells and indirect development are the characteristics of the phylum. So, that flagellated cell, that is coinocytes or the collar cells, is present in porifera. That is a characteristic feature of porifera. One of the representative of the phylum Arthropoda. Flying fish, no, it is a fish. Cuttlefish is a mollusk. Silverfish, yes, it is a arthropoda. Pufferfish is a fish. So, it is C is the right answer, silverfish. Though it has a name fish, it is a arthropoda. Which of the following is correctly matched? Spiny anteater with respect to their taxonomic category. Okay, spiny anteater, sea urchin, sea cucumber is no. Spiny anteater, no. This one is not echinodermata. This is the echidna. Echidna is a mammal, so it is not echinodermata. Flying fish, cuttlefish, silverfish, Pisces. No, silverfish is not a Pisces, and cuttlefish is also not a Pisces. Centipede, millipede, spider, scorpion as an insecta. Housefly, butterfly, tsetse fly, silverfish as an insecta. Yes, these are arthropods, but these are not insects. These are not insects. So, these have 4 pods and these have many pods. So, this which means becomes D as a correct answer. See, centipede, millipede, spider, scorpion, these comes under arthropoda, but not as a insecta. So, which means D for Delhi as a right answer. Which group of animals belong to the same phylum? Sponge, sea anemone, starfish. No, it does not become. Malarial parasite, amoeba and mosquito. No. Earthworm, pinworm, tapeworm. Earthworm is an annelid, pinworm and pinworm is a aschelminth, tapeworm is a platyhelminth. No. Prawn, scorpion and locust, yes, they all come in the same phylum, that is phylum Arthropoda. Now coming to the hemichordata and chordatas division. Given below are 2 statements. Assertion is members of the subphylum Vertebrata possess notochord during the embryonic period. Yes, correct. The notochord is replaced by cartilaginous or bony vertebral column in the adult. It is right. Reason, thus all the chordates are vertebrates. All chordates are not vertebrates, as I have already told you. All chordates are not vertebrates, but all vertebrates are chordates, which makes reason as wrong. So, A is true, R is false, A is correct. Open circulatory system present in Nereis is a annelid, so it has closed circulatory system. And Pherentima, no. This one has the open circulatory system. Pherentima has closed circulatory system. Yes, this Hirudina has closed circulatory system. This is annelid. This is also annelid, which makes C as a correct answer. We can eliminate it. Nereis is an annelid, so it has closed. Hirudina is a annelid, and Pherentima is a annelid, which makes C as a right answer. Which of the following statement about non-chordates is correct? Pharynx is perforated by gill slits. Non-chordates. No, they don't have gill slits. Notochord is absent. They don't have notochord. Yes, Central nervous system is dorsal. No, it is ventral. Heart is dorsal. Yes. Postrenal chain is absent. Yes. Which makes B, D and E as a correct answer, which is option A. Radial symmetry is not found in adults of phylum. Radial symmetry is present in echinodermats also. Adults have radial symmetry. In hemichordates, adults doesn't have radial symmetry. We have to find the correct statements. Presence of mid dorsal solid, about the chordates, presence of mid dorsal solid and double nerve cord. No, we have dorsal, correct, not solid, it is hollow, and not double, it is single. Presence of closed circulatory system. Yes, we have closed circulatory system. Presence of paired pharyngeal gills. Yes, we have. Presence of dorsal heart. Heart is ventral. We have ventral heart. Triploblastic pseudocoelomate animals. We are true coelomate, which becomes B, C as a correct answer, as B, C only is a correct answer. So, we could able to solve around 29 questions. We have around 57 questions to solve. Rest I will share the PPT and as a PDF with you. You can solve at home. So, that is the end of today's class. Thank you so much.